Diabetes is not treated by drugs. I think your doctor knew that and understood that, and he actually gave you the best advice, but you ignored and started the drugs. So you suffered the consequences of the side effects of these drugs. So I'm glad you stopped. Number 2, this sleep apnea. What is your age?
I'm 30.
What is your body weight?
89.
89. Wow. What is your cooking oil?
It's olive oil.
Do you consume sugar in any forms, including fruits and honey?
No, if I do take something that is sugar, my eyes start to be painful. I feel weak. I don't know why. Even if I take a piece of cake, so I totally stopped something sugar. But I do drink.
You do drink what?
Can beers.
Oh, alcohol.
But sometimes, yes.
Okay. For what reason?
Sometimes I go for whiskey.
Why do you drink alcohol?
I think I just drink it for the sake of depression, because most of the time I find myself depressed. I tend to drink alcohol.
There we go with the depression. Okay. How many hours do you sleep in a night?
I sleep 8 hours, but the thing is, I choke most of the time. Sometimes there's food that comes running from my nose and even my mouth when I'm sleeping. So I think those are the consequences of sleep apnea.
So for the sake of time, I just want you to answer directly, okay? Do you consume wheat products, bread, chapati?
Yes.
So you do?
I do.
Okay. What about milk? Pasteurized milk, do you take it?
Yes, I do.
Good. So in your family, is there any history for diabetes, hypertension and stuff?
Yes, my grandmother died with sugar.
Okay. Apart from the medical history, the one that you took those drugs, have you ever taken any other drugs? Apart from those drugs that you took for diabetes and alcohol?
No.
Okay. Now, listen, sir. Diabetes is a dietary disease or condition, and it has to be managed by diets. No drug will save you from this condition. Now, olive oil is only supposed to be used for top dressing and shallow frying because it is monounsaturated, so it can easily oxidize with higher temperatures or oxygen. That's why it comes in a dark colored bottle. That means you'll have to change your cooking oil from olive oil to ghee or tallow or coconut oil, those 3. Now, whether you like it or not, alcohol has to go. Alcohol is highly estrogenic, so it will add you fat. You will continue being fat. You will end up getting an enlarged prostate. Leave alone the apnea, you'll end up getting an enlarged prostate. Number 3, the way you're sounding like somebody who has congestion and who has a whole thick throat or thick neck.
Yes.
So you see, that's another sign of problems, because of this weight at 89 kgs. This is a problem already, bro. You need to lower this 89 to almost 70. That tells you need to go on a clean keto, basically no carbohydrates, simply protein, fat, and vegetable diet. Number 2, change your cooking oil from olive oil to coconut oil, ghee, or tallow. Number 3, if there's any drug that you're using or any medicine, drop it. So drop any medicine that you're using and drop alcohol. Bro, there is no advantage of taking beer. There's none. You're just wasting money. Leave alone the money that you're complaining. You're wasting money going to the doctor. You're actually wasting money on alcohol and blaming it on depression. Depression is a non-existent condition. There is no condition called depression. It's just a thought. These thoughts are just evil. If somebody never mentioned depression to you, you would never know you're depressed. So there's nothing like depression. You're actually trying to hide in depression to help you satisfy the needs of the devil within you. So you need to fight that devil within you. So stop thinking. First of all, don't even believe that you're depressed, because you're not depressed. A person who is depressed is seated in a corner somewhere. He's not on live on TikTok.
No, most of the time I find myself, just engaging with my phone. I tend not to meet more people outside. I'll just love my space.
Why don't you go outside and walk in the sun, bro? Do you know sun stabilizes your hormones? Yeah, why don't you go and walk in the sun?
No, sometimes I do take a walk.
Not sometimes. Make it a habit. Take walks in the sun. Go to the gym. Build yourself as a man. Lose the weight. Start building muscle. Sleep apnea and snoring during the night. These are things that happen to men who have obesity and insulin resistance. And insulin resistance is basically telling you you've been consuming too much carbohydrates. And therefore, the muscles of the throat are becoming weaker by day, because sugar does that to the body. So you'll never escape snoring. You'll never lack low immunity because of diabetes. Okay, so therefore you'll never lack all those respiratory conditions. Every time you have an allergy, time you have a runny nose, these conditions, and then related to the topic of the day, you will end up into pornography and masturbation because you always alone. Being depressed means there is an inadequacy in you. Because somebody who is of the Father, and I've talked about that, somebody who is of the Father has so much love to share with people, has no room for depression, has no room for anger.